We are at times under a false pretense as to what love is. Our definition of love is misconstrued because the word is used so prevalently today in many ways. We say we love our food, we love our car, we love our hobbies, we love everything that we do. Surrounds us on a daily basis. We attach emojis on a daily basis to all the things that we love, because love is, in our definition today, very selfish, because we love the things that make us happy. We love the things that bring us joy. We love the things that encircle us and entreat us in a way which bring us what we desire. And the problem with this definition is it couldn't be further from what the gospel definition and the true definition of what love actually is. Because love is not self-serving, and love is not self-absorbed, and love is actually not about ourselves. We make it about us, but yet what does Scripture say? That love is patient, love is kind, love is long-suffering. In other words, love puts up with a lot of things that most things would not put up with. Have you ever used the phrase that some people are just hard to love? Well, absolutely. It's no secret that we all have people in our lives that are just hard to love. If you've been in church very long, you've probably been around, or you say, we have that person that may be difficult to love, or maybe you have those family members that you say, man, that person's hard to love. You even say maybe it's a mother-in-law or whatever, in-laws, outlaws, all of these things. But we learn from Scripture that 1 John tells us that, beloved, let us love one another, for love is from God. And whoever loves has been born of God and knows God. Anyone who does not love does not know God, because God is love. And one of the things that I love about this is that it paints this picture for us that we look at Christ in the way that He loved. And He gives us the example of what love is not, being self-serving. Christ came not to be served, but to serve. It wasn't about Him, it was about those around Him. And when you say, and you stop and consider these couple truths, and you look at for what it is, it's all about making and taking the moment to understand that there is something in that you and I can't truly love someone else in and of ourselves, because we don't have the capability. Our very nature goes to self-interest. Our very nature goes to self-serving. But we love because He first loved us. God gives us the ability to love others, to love them through their circumstances, through who they are. And he goes on, 1 John, you can pick it up, you can read it later, but I love 1 John 4, all of the things that he speaks in here. He talks about that what He is, who He is, that He tells us that what there is found within love, that if God abides in us, we and He's and who God is, that Him being love, He gives us the ability to love others. One of the great things also is He says that within love, He says there's no fear in love. He says, but perfect love casts out all fear. And we find that love gives us the ability to take the fear away within life. And then sometimes those people that are hard to love, he says, if anyone says, I love God, but he says, that same person says, I hate my brother, he says, that guy, he can't be telling the truth. Because he says, if you don't love your brother, he says, who you have seen, how can you love God who you haven't seen? Because if you've known God and you have gotten to know God, then you would know that God is love. But if you can't love somebody that you can see, it's impossible to love God who you've never seen. A lot of great truths there, a lot of wonderful things to take from it, but I'll leave you with this. There's one thing that is truly remarkable in all of it. None of this can be done in yourself and by yourself, because ultimately our mode of thinking is self-serving. We always will revert to being selfish because it is this sin nature. It's us. But God gives us the ability to look to someone else, to do something that we ourselves would have never done, to love somebody who we would have never loved before. And that is the most remarkable part in all of this. That is where you see we as humans inconveniencing ourselves for the needs of others. A husband who says, I will give of myself for my spouse, for my children, and then going beyond that, for my neighbor, for the people around me. And great truths, take them, hope they will be a help to you today. And apply them, use them, and love somebody who maybe you find sometimes